Good afternoon, students. Welcome to Lattice Theory live lecture. In this lecture, we will introduce two important types of lattices, namely distributive and modular lattices. Okay, so let's go back to this one note. Here, before defining this distributive and modular lattices, just a second. Yes, we'll prove an important and easy result. So you can call it lemma. What it says is the word inequalities, which inequality is always true. So if in a lattice x meet y, okay, then join with x meet z. So this is the first one, is always less than or equal to x meet y join z. And the second one is x join y meet z is less than or equal to x join y meet with x join z. The third one is x meet y, then join with y meet z, join with z meet x is always less than or equal to meets of those joins. That means x join y meet with y join z meet with z join x. Okay, and the fourth inequality is x meet y, then join with x meet z. Okay, is always less than or equal to x meet y join x meet z. Okay, you may wonder how we can remember these inequalities, because proofs are so easy. It is not at all difficult one. I can tell you how we can easily identify these inequalities. If you see the left hand side, whatever you have here in the brackets, we have meets, then we are taken joins. Have you noticed that here this is join of meets, right? So first we are taking meets, then we are taking joins. So that is always less than or equal to, whenever you take joins, then you take with meets. Okay, so the idea is very simple. If you first meet with some elements, then even though you join, still it is smaller than the other way around. Are you following? Is that clear? For example, here you see that we have taken y meet z first, then we try to join with some other thing. That is always less than or equal to, when you have joins, then you are taking meets. So which is always bigger? When you first take joins, then when you try to meet, still it is bigger than whenever first we take meets, then we take join, right? So you can see that all these four inequalities, left hand side what we have here is on brackets we have meets. That means first we are considering meet, then even though we are trying to join them, still that value will be less than the other way. That means we are taking first joins, then we are taking meet. Is this clear what I am saying? Is it easy to identify? Whenever you have an inequality, one is always true, which is that when you take first meets, then try to join, that value is always less than or equal to first join, then try to meet it. Is this clear? Okay. So let's prove the you can prove it in many ways. The simple way is, we'll try to show that this one, whatever you have left hand side, each bracket is less than or equal to the right hand side. Then when you try to join with, is also less than or equal to that. If we say that A is less than or equal to C and B is less than or equal to C, then A join B is also less than or equal to C, right? That is our idea. So how we can prove that X meet Y is also less than or equal to X meet Y join Z? This we will try to see each and every individual, then we will meet it. Okay, so we know that X is less than or equal to X. You can check this X meet Y. Suppose if I prove that X meet Y is less than or equal to this, right? So X meet Y is less than or equal to x. This is true. X meet y is less than or equal to x or not? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then also x meet y is also less than or equal to y join z, because x meet y is less than or equal to y and y is less than or equal to y join z. So therefore this implies x meet y is less than or equal to, what we require right hand side is meet of these two. So x meet y join z. Is this clear? Yes. So we proved that this one, whatever we have, is less than or equal to this. Similarly, you can prove it that x meet z is also less than or equal to this, whatever we have did here. So similarly, x meet z is less than or equal to x meet y join z. In place of y, we are using z. That's all. Is this clear? So therefore, left hand side you have both. So x meet y, then join with x join z. X join with x meet z is always less than or equal to whatever we have on right hand side. Is proof clear? It is very simple. Whenever you want to show this, show that each and every one here, this one is less than or equal to this and this is also less than or equal to this. So therefore the join is also less than or equal to that one, right? Okay. Now what about second one? Same way you can do it. For all these things, the concept is same. We want to show that each one here is less than or equal to this right hand side, right? How that is true? This x is less than or equal to x join y is true, right? Clearly x is less than or equal to here the right hand side, which is x join y, then meet with x join z. So if you want, you write x is less than or equal to x join y and x is less than or equal to x join z. So therefore by taking their meet, x is less than or equal to x join y meet with x join z. That is what we want to. And what about this y meet z? Y meet z is less than or equal to both of them or not? Similarly, y meet z is less than or equal to, why y meet z is less than or equal to x join y? Y meet z is less than or equal to y, but y is less than or equal to x join y. Is this clear? Are you following? And similarly, y meet z is less than or equal to z and z is less than or equal to x join z, right? So therefore by taking their meet once again, y meet z is less than or equal to x join y meet with x join z. Okay, is this clear? Right? So therefore what we got here is this. Here you have x is less than or equal to this one and y meet z is also less than or equal to this. So this implies their join x join y meet z is also less than or equal to join of these two, which is same, x join y meet with x join z, and that is what our second inequality. Is this clear? Okay. Now the third inequality is same way you can prove it. It is not at all difficult one. What we want to show here, try to show that x meet y is less than or equal to this and y meet z is less than or equal to this, z meet x is less than or equal to this, and so on. How we can show that? If you observe x meet y, then either x or y will be there in one of them. Is this clear? So third one, x meet y, here we want to show that x meet y is less than or equal to each one of them. X meet y is less than or equal to x join y. Okay. Also x meet y is less than or equal to y join x meet y. Where is that? This is less than or equal to y join z or not? This is less than or equal to y join z. Also x meet y is less than or equal to z join x. Is this clear? Is this clear?
Yes.
Okay. Then therefore this implies x meet y is less than or equal to, this is less than or equal to, just like a is less than or equal to b, a is less than or equal to c, a is less than or equal to d. So therefore it is less than or equal to meet of all those things. So x join y meet with y join z meet with z join x. So similarly you can prove all those things, all the remaining two. What is that? Y meet z is also less than or equal to same thing, and z meet x is also less than or equal to this, right? So therefore again using, whenever you have this, now you take the joins. This implies x meet y join with y meet z is join with z meet x is also less than or equal to x join y meet with y join z meet with z join x. Is this clear? That proves the third inequality. What about fourth one? All each and everything is same. What we want to show here is the whatever we have each and every one left hand side, show that it is equal less than or equal to right hand side, then take the join. So x meet y is less than or equal to this or not? X is less than or equal to x meet of this one. Of course x is less than or equal to, so first one is x is less than or equal to x, this is obvious. Then the second one, y is less than or equal to y join x meet z. Y and y is less than or equal to y join x meet z, because y is less than or equal to y join anything. This implies what you will get. Therefore meet of these two, x meet y is less than or equal to x meet y join x meet z. Okay. Now what is the second term in left hand side? Is x meet z. Same way you can prove x meet z also. Same way. Similarly x meet z is less than or equal to x meet y join x meet z. How we can prove that? How we can show that? Because z is less than or equal to, how we can guarantee that this x meet z is less than or equal to this one? This x meet z is directly, so whatever you see here, x meet z, one second, we will try to take only this x meet z. Oh. We want to show that x meet z is also less than or equal to this, right? So x meet z is less than or equal to this, right? See, x is less than or equal to x, we know, and x meet z is less than or equal to this one, so therefore meet of that is less than or equal to meet of this, right? That means then by taking the join, what we get here is x meet y join x meet z is less than or equal to x meet y join x meet z, right? This proves all these four inequalities. The first three inequalities are called first three inequalities in above lemma are called distributive inequalities. Distributive inequalities. Why? Because there we have distributed meet and join. You can check that x meet y join x meet z is less than or equal to x meet of y join z and so on. And this fourth inequality is called modular inequality. Okay, and inequality 4. Okay, so you can write here first 1, 2 and 3 inequalities, and this inequality 4 is called modular inequality. Okay, so this distributive inequality and modular inequality is true for any lattice, no problem. Whatever lattice L it may be. So if you want, you can write here, let L be a lattice. So then this for any x, y, z, then for any x, y, z in L, what we have is this 4 inequalities. Okay, fine. Now we say that a lattice is distributive if the other inequality is true, and it is said to be modular if the other inequality is true of fourth one. Okay, that means one way is always true for any lattice. If the other round is also true the other way, then that lattice is called distributive lattice. Is this clear? Okay. So before defining, we prove a result. We give equivalent statement. You can also call it another lemma. Then we will define. Okay. But the idea is simple. Whichever the another inequality is true, then we say they are distributive. Okay, and modular. The following, let L be a lattice. Okay. Then the following are equivalent. Then the following are equivalent. The first one is x meet y join z is equal to x meet y join x meet z. Okay, this type of thing we already know. Distributive in terms of sets. A intersection B join C is B union C is A meet B. A intersection B union A intersection C, like that, right? Similarly, the other one also you can write, that is x join y meet z. This is same as what? X join y meet with x join z. And the third one, of course, these two are called distributive identities. The third one is x join y meet z is less than or equal to x join y meet z. So what we did here is, can we allow this bracket just like associative, how we will write it is same way, x join y meet c y meet z is less than or equal to x join y meet z. Is this clear? So if any one of them is true, then remaining all are true. That is the statement for any lattice, right? Is statement clear? If any one of them is true, then remaining all are true, right? How we will prove? We'll see that 1 and 2, actually 1 and 2 are dual to the other. That means if we prove 1 implies 2, then 2 implies 1 follows by dual principle, because wherever meet and join are there, they are interchanged. So you will get dual lattice or not, right? So first prove 1 implies 2. What is meant by 1 implies 2? We want to assume this first one is true, then we want to show that the second one is also true, right? That means we want to prove that for any a b c this condition is true. Okay, so start with let a comma b comma c are in this lattice L. Okay, then for this lattice a b c are any arbitrary elements, so we want to show that our claim is a join b meet c is equal to a join b meet with a join c. Is this clear? Now what we know about 1? We should understand 1 is true for any x, y, z. So in particular, whatever this ABC is there, for that ABC also this is true. Not only that, if I take any other 3 elements from that lattice, that is also true here. Are you following? 1 is true means given any 3 elements from L, this equality is true. That is what we know, right? Now to show that, if you observe here, A join B meet with A join C we require. Is this clear? A join B meet with A join C somehow we require in our proof, right? So, and in first one, we already have something like Y join Z. So in place of X, what we can substitute? So put X is equal to something and Y is equal to something and Z is equal to something, so that we get some such type of here. How we will get? Can somebody tell how we can get? Somehow we want such expression, A join B meet A join C. So what values of X, Y, Z we put here so that we get that? By substituting X is equal to A join B and Y is equal to A and Z is equal to C. in 1. Is this clear? We are not by hearting those things. We want to get somehow this value, right? So what x, y, z values we can substitute in 1 such that somehow we should get this one. That is clear? By substituting x is equal to a join b and y is equal to a and z is equal to c, we get this expression, right? So what we get? We get, so putting those values in 1, we get, what are the values we get? X is a join b meet with, y is a and z is c. So you get here a join c, and so somehow we got one side of that our claim. And what is this one? You substitute value of x, value of y. X is what? X is what? A join b. So you will get here a join b meet with y. Our y is a. We are just substituting the values, suitable values. And x is again a join b meet with z, which is c. Are you following? Yes. Now this is same as, what is this? What is this value? A join b meet a. What is this value? What is the value of a join b meet a? A only, because whenever you try to meet with some element with bigger one, you will get this same smaller element. So this is same as a join this value, a join b meet c. But this is again in the form of the first identity, right? This one is whatever we have. What I will write? I will write c meet a join b. Because of commutativity, I can write this c join a meet b or not. Now you go to first one and see c meet a join b. What you will get? This is same as a join b. What is this one? This is same as c meet a join with c meet b. We are using again first property for suitable x, suitable y and suitable z. Namely, our x is c and y is a and z is b. Is this clear? Yes. Now what is the advantage of this one is, here earlier you have a meet, now everything is join only. Here it is join, here it is join, right? So therefore this I can write as what? I can, by using associativity, what I will get? This is same as a join c meet a. Is this clear? Then join with c meet b, right? Are you following? Are you following or not? This one, yes, sir. Whatever we are having here, because of associativity, we are put it, this a join b join c is just like a join b then join c, right? Okay. Therefore, this is same as, now what is this one? What is this value? A join c meet a. A is a only, because you are joining a smaller element, so you don't get anything new. So this is same as a join c meet b. That is what we want to prove it. That proves our claim or not? Is this clear? So that therefore we prove that 1 implies 2. Then you can also prove that 2 implies 1 by duality. You don't need to prove that. Of course, if you want, you can try that and same way you can substitute. Is this clear? But 2 implies 1 follows by duality, because whatever you have here, you just have reversed it. Is this clear? So 1 and 2 both are same. So therefore what we have proved is that 1 implies 2 and 2 implies 1. Now what we will show is 2 implies 3 and 3 implies 2 or 3 implies 1. Any one of them we can show. Okay. Now 2 implies 3. So assume 2 and prove for third. This third one is inequality. Okay. Right. So how we will prove 2 implies 3? That is, at least it should be easier. Can somebody check why 2 implies 3 is easier? We want to show that x join y meet z is less than or equal to x join y meet z. But we know already x join y meet z by 2 is what? by 2 x join y meet z, x join y meet z is by 2 is same as x join y, okay, meet with x join z. Is this clear? Okay. Now right hand side, whatever that, how we can compare with the left hand side of this one? What is x join y? Here also we have x join y, and what we have here is z, and there we have x join z. So what is relation between z and x join z? Huh? What is relation between z and x join z? Come on, this is very easy. Relation between z and x join z. Huh?
Z less than equals to x join z.
Yes, clearly z is less than or equal to x join z. Is this clear? Because of this z is less than or equal to x join z, this implies what we'll have is x join y meet z. That is this left hand side of this one. X join y, okay, meet with z is less than or equal to x join y meet with, because of this z, what we will have? Z is less than or equal to this, so therefore meet of this is less than or equal to this. Is this clear? But x join y meet x join z, x join y meet with x join z is same as x join y meet z. Is this clear? So therefore x join y meet with z is less than or equal to this. Are you following? Whether anyone having any difficulty? Huh? If you have any difficulty, I will repeat again. We are only using the fact that z is less than or equal to x join z. So therefore, whatever you have here, this will be always bigger than or equal to when you replace with z, right? Okay. Now we will show that 3 implies 2. So to show that 3 implies 2, what is known to us? That x join y meet with z is less than or equal to x join y meet z. Is this clear? So somehow we should get this one, right? X join y meet z is equal to x join y meet with x join z. So what we will do? What values of we will substitute? Just like you start with ABC, let ABC is in L, and our claim is what? We want to show second one, which is same as A join B meet C. A join B meet C is less than or equal to A join B meet with A join C. Is this clear? Okay. Now what is given to us? Given that x join for any xyz. So I will also write here given, so that we no need to go again and again. X join y meet z is less than or equal to, that is what here it is given as, right? X join y meet z. X join y meet z. So in this claim, one inequality is always true. What is that inequality? Whatever lemma we proved, huh? Which is always true when you try to take meets then join, that is always less than or equal to. Is that clear? Are you following? So clearly what we know is that A join B meets C, because we have taken meets, then even though whatever we are trying to join with, it is always less than or equal to A join B meet with A joins. Are you following? You can just go back and see our result here. You can see that whenever the second one, A join B meet C is less than or equal to A join B meet with A join C. That is already true. Okay. So what is our claim? So enough to prove what? The other way. That means A join B meet with A join C is less than or equal to A join B meet C. Right? Okay. So how we will apply now for suitable values of x and y. somehow we should get this inequality. That is the question. If you see this one here, this and this, what you are getting? What value of x? So put x is equal to something and y is equal to something and z is equal to something in this, so that at least left hand side we get. We can put x is equal to a and y is equal to b and z is equal to what? What value of z if we substitute, so that we get this left hand side here, both are same. A join C.
A join C.
Right?
A join C.
Try to follow it. They are all very simple. Otherwise, you have to by heart it. By hearting such things is not at all easy, and that is not mathematics. Why we have to take a x like this, y like this, z like this follows from what is given and which is already true and what is enough to prove. If you see those things, we are done. Okay, so put these things. You can call it, this is a. So put these values in a. What we get is that a join b meets z, which is a join c is less than or equal to x is our a join, what is our y? Our y is b and z is what? A join c. Is this clear? So in place of z we substituted this. Now again I can, here this value I can substitute again using this one. Is this clear? A join, this I will write as a join c. By commutativity I can write as a join c meet b. Now apply again that in a, what we will get is less than or equal to a join, what is this value? By a, what is this value? You can interchange the bracket, that is the meaning of that, right? A join
B join with
C meet B. Is this clear? Now you can use associativity, right? This is same as what you will get actually this one. This is same as A join C meet B or not? A join C meet B, you can call it by absorption property. Whatever you have in bracket, that is already bigger than this one or not? Just like A and A join some x, that is the meaning here. Is this clear? So A join x meet B, that is what we want to show here, is A join, any problem? We've shown that A join B meet A join C is less than or equal to A join C meet B or B meet C. Is this clear? So that shows that this is same as saying that 2 implies 3. 3 implies, this is same as saying that 3 implies 2, right? So what are all we proved now? 1 implies 2, 2 implies 1, and then we proved that 2 implies 3 and 3 implies 2. So therefore what we have proved is that 1 is same as 2 but 2 is same as 3, so all are equivalent. Is this clear? Any problem? Now we can define. Before defining this, we will prove one more simple lemma, then we will define both of them. Okay. So another small result which is again equivalent. So try to see the what is importance of this one. The first 1 and 2 just dual to each other. Okay, so one of them is true, the other is true, or whenever this inequality is true, still this one is true. Okay, now the other equivalent one is, let L be a lattice. Okay, then x meet y join with x meet z is same as, just you put it this bracket here, that means x meet y join x meet z. What we did here is, can we put this bracket here? That is the question. If and only if, okay, if and only if whenever x is greater than or equal to z implies, whenever if you have x which is bigger than z, then x meet y join z is same as x meet y join z. Okay, so try to understand in a lattice this identity is same as this identity with this given condition. Okay, what is this first identity? The first identity is that x meet y join x meet z. This bracket, whether we can take it here, that is this first identity is same as whenever x is bigger than or equal to z, then x meet y join z is same as x meet y join z. Is this clear? Okay. A proof is very, very simple. You want to show that whenever this is true, this is true. Okay, right? So we will call it, this is something like A and this is like B. Okay, so assume A, right? Then we want to show that B. What is meant by proving B? We should start with x greater than or equal to z. For that, we have to show that this identity is true. Assume A and x is bigger than or equal to z, right? Then if x is bigger than or equal to z, then what can you say about x meet z? Because in the identity what we have in A, we have x meet z. So whenever x is greater than or equal to z, then what can you say about x meet z? This much you have to tell quickly. What is x meet z? Is same as when x is greater than or equal to z, then what is value of x meet z? Is same as z or z, right? Okay. So therefore, by A, what we get? Wherever x meet z is there, you put z there. So x meet y, then join with z is same as x meet y join z. And that is what we want to prove. That is our B or not. Okay. Now conversely, assume the identity B. That means when we can apply B, whenever we have x, y, z such that x is greater than or equal to z, then we can apply that second identity, right? Now how we'll apply second identity to the first one? Again, can you give some identity which is always true? This one? Whatever we did here, x meet z is always greater than or equal to this z and x meet z. What is relation between z and x meet z? What is relation between z and x meet z? Because only difference in these two identities is z is here and here y meet x meet z is there. So how we can use this? We know that what is relation between z and x meet z? Z is bigger than or equal to x meet z. Is this clear? This one is clear or not? That our z is always bigger than or equal to x meet z. So therefore, wherever x is there, I will take z, and wherever z is there, we will put x meet z in that. What we will get? What we will get here? So in place of x, this is my x and this is my z. So what we will get? Or we can also take x. We can also take x is greater than or equal to x meet z also. X is greater than or equal to x meet z, right?
Yes.
So here we can also, instead of this, we can also take what? We have to take in such a way that we should get the above one. That is the only thing. You substitute this suitable x, y, z so that we get here. So in place of z, what we can have? X meet z. So how we will do that? When z is same as x meet z, if we'll in place of z, we'll take x meet z. That is the only thing we require. So whatever z is here, you take x meet z, then obviously, so x is greater than or equal to x meet z. So therefore, this is our new x and this is our z, and y is same. So x meet y meet with or join with. Okay. x meet y join with z. Our z is this one. Okay, join with z, which is x meet z, right, is equal to x meet. Okay, what is this here? Y join. What is our z? Is nothing but x meet z, right? Is this clear? And that is what we want to substitute. So only one thing we have to observe is that x is bigger than or equal to x meet z. So this is our new z, this is our x, and you take y as it is and substitute those values. Is this clear? That proves that whenever this is identity is true, then this identity is also true, right? Fine. Now we can define all the definitions whatever we have. A lattice L is called distributive. A lattice L is called distributive if any one of the above this lemma, if any one of this result is true, any one of the condition of this lemma is true. Okay, that means if we can write one, we can write then x meet y join z is same as x meet y join with x meet z. Okay, or by using that other lemma, what you can write is same as x join y meet z is equal to x join y meet with x join z. Or also you can write the this inequality, which is x join y meet z, x join y meet z is less than or equal to x join y meet z. Is this clear? So if any one of these condition is true, then we say that lattice is distributive lattice. Most of the time we use this or this one. Is this clear? The other one definition, a lattice L is called modular. Okay, this is called modular if any one of the condition of this lemma, whatever we have proved, you can call it A B lemma, then whatever is there in lemma B is true. Okay, that means if you can put it this bracket here, if x meet y, okay, join with x meet z, join with x meet z, if at all it is same as x meet, okay, you put in this way, y join x meet z for all x y z in L, or by that same condition, this lemma, what you can write, whenever or if x is greater than or equal to z, then we should have that x meet y join z is same as this bracket, we can put it anywhere, that means x meet y join z. Okay, you can see here this bracket, whether you take meet then join with z, or you take join with y and z, then you put it x. Is this clear? Meet with x. Are you following what is the definition of? And most of the time we use this second one, x greater than or equal to z. Take x greater than or equal to z and prove that this identity is true, then that will become modular lattice, right? Any difficulty? A small result you can easily check that which implies the other. We can easily prove that if some lattice is distributive, then it is modular. Okay, that means if or every distributive lattice, is modular. Okay, but not the converse. What you want to show? Assume that your given lattice is distributive. That means this identity holds, right? We want to show that if it is modular, that means whenever x is greater than or equal to z, somehow we want to show this. Is this clear? Okay. So proof is very, very simple. By just using x meet z, we have to get the conclusion. Okay. So let L be distributive. L be distributive. Then what we know? This X meet Y here. Where is this definition? Here. X meet Y join X meet Z. What is the value of that will become? Then this by definition of distributive, X meet Y join Z, X meet Y join Z is same as X meet Y join with X meet Z, right? Now we want to show that L is modular. To show that L is modular, we have to start with assume X is greater than or equal to Z, right? This is true for all anything. So let X be greater than or equal to Z. For such X, Z and any Y, we want to show this. Okay. Then what is this will become? Then this identity will become, you can call it, this is like star, then star, okay, becomes simply when X is greater than or equal to Z, what is X meet Z will become? Is Z only. So therefore X meet Y join Z is equal to X meet Y, this is join, okay, X meet Y join, what is X meet Z will become? Is same as Z, and that is what we want to show here. You can see that X meet Y join Z, X meet Y join Z is same as X meet Y join Z. What you have here is left and right, that is anyhow true. Is this clear? So every distributive lattice is modular, but the converse is not true. Okay, you can call it remark. The converse, that means not every distributive lattice is, not every modular lattice is distributive. Okay, the converse is not true. Okay, I will give an example. You show that why this is modular and why it is not distributive, and if you are not getting, I'll explain that in next lecture. Okay, so for example, if you remember M3, which is diamond lattice, how it look like? I'll draw here. So here 0, then 1, you will have A, B and C. Okay, let me draw that properly. This one is your M3. Okay, that means what is A meet B? A meet B, A meet C, B meet C, they are all 0 and their joins is 1. Is this clear? So what you have to do? So your exercise is what? Show that M3 is modular. M3 is modular, but not distributive. So what is meant by saying something is not distributive? At least for 3 elements A, B, C. Okay, this condition should fail. Is this clear? So try to find all meets, joins and so on and check that. By trial and error you can get this, and we'll stop here in next class.